Hi, my name is Jeremy Goodwin. Thank you for joining me today, and I'm going to be presenting discovery learnings about buyers and sellers within the Amazon storefront. Amazon approached us to conduct field analysis of its competitive landscape to determine innovation opportunities for its e-commerce platform. We went about this by interviewing 6 people and surveying 15 more across 2 audiences, e-commerce buyers and sellers, from which we derived 2 key personas and user profiles. Additionally, we conducted in-depth competitive analysis. From our analysis, we learned that buyers want more relevant search results intuitively personalized to their needs with fewer clicks. Sellers, on the other hand, want customizable storefront solutions that connect their products to their target audience without the hassle of going in store and to reduce merchandise returns. For next steps, we would be prototyping and validating solutions that we hypothesize would increase retailer adoption of Amazon platforms by helping them feel more supported within the platform. For buyers, we would test features that help them intuitively yield more relevant research results. Additionally, we think that Amazon could disrupt the peer-to-peer marketplace. In the e-commerce marketplace, customers have a tendency now to expect to be able to find everything all in one place. Amazon is recognized as a global market leader in the online retail space, where they have a unique opportunity to acutely personalize and make relevant products for shopping in a convenient and cost-effective way for individual buyers and corporations. Our team decided to focus on frequent online shoppers and business retailer stakeholders. But to focus, we decided to look at 2 popular verticals in the marketplace, home goods and apparel. For interviews, we ended up conducting 6 in-person interviews, as well as a Google-based survey with 15 more to try to get a wide swath of representation on shopping behaviors. For the in-person interviews specifically, we ended up getting a wide range of people from a variety of different backgrounds, ages, and genders. And so we have 4 buyers as well as 2 sellers that interestingly were also buyers. We gained a lot of valuable information from the surveys and the interviews. And in particular, we learned that all online buyers shop for themselves. 3/5 of them buy for friends and loved ones, and they definitely wanted recommendations and tools that could be more intelligently linked with their purchasing needs. As it so happens, all online sellers happen to also be buyers from the people that we interviewed. 85% of buyers prefer shopping online to shopping in stores, which is quite significant. Most important value propositions for shoppers include convenience of online shopping, consistent quality, variety of the products that are available, the great discounts, as well as the quick delivery right to their home or business. Some of the biggest pain points for shoppers are not being able to physically interact with the product before purchase and issues with delivery or limited inventory. Sellers feel that they're insufficiently supported by Amazon B2B and AWS customer service to display their products. And this is where design and technical support could really be an important lead generator to bring on more business. From the data that we collected, we ended up deriving personas and profiles. Our first profile is Sharon the Shopping Whisperer. She's 32, single but dating, and she's an office general manager. Sharon is known as a person who always has a package waiting for her, and people often ask her advice about buying great products online. She has a way of selecting brands as if they're an extension of her personality. You might hear her say things like, "I can't trust a picture. I need to feel the product in my hands. Looking online first is great if I have no idea what I'm looking for, but I need to see the product in store first." Sharon is a regular user of social media, caring about other people's perceptions and staying on trend with what's fashionable. She hates having to receive products that aren't a match to the images she saw online, and even more, she detests having to return products that aren't a fit. The trouble is that she doesn't want to have to waste packaging because she tends to be someone who cares about eco awareness. And so, in some cases, she'll just end up keeping things that she hates, or she'll just regift them to friends. Similar to Sharon, we also have an audience profile with the more general data focused on the online buyer and account owner. The audience is highly literate with technology and want quick, easy, and secure retail experiences. With such a wide array of products, the age range and income levels of the audience vary widely, and overall, they want products to be tailored to them and delivered quickly and cheaply. Our second audience persona is Richard, the retail executive. He's 41, married with 2 kids, and he's a marketing merchandising strategist. Richard manages many digital products and needs compelling data points to support his decisions to upper management. He might say things like, setting up and keeping up with sales online is tedious. Tracking notifications and whether a customer has purchased a product is almost another full-time job, especially for independent sellers. He directs his team to work on the Amazon.com storefront, which is in addition to his company's native digital e-commerce offering, and so finds it frustrating to work with systems that don't make the heavy lifting a little easier. And so oftentimes he's looking for tools that will allow him to Photoshop products and present them in the best light so that they fit the best practices of e-commerce marketing. Along the same lines as Richard's persona, we have the more general audience profile of which showcases online sellers and business retail stakeholders. For the audience profile, they need a better integration of data into PowerPoint decks. They wish that there were system-generated communications, such as push notifications, that indicated when products were over and underperforming, all leading back to a very easy-to-use customer dashboard. The stakeholders are knowledgeable, but they need the tools to educate their team on best practices. And so if the platform was to assist with that education, that would definitely be much more ideal. We also conducted competitive analysis as it relates to Amazon. And looking at a number of different companies, it was interesting to see that eBay, Alibaba, and Shopify are the most significant global competitors for Amazon. eBay, their business model not only incorporates B2C direct-to-consumer marketing, but also peer-to-peer, which really sets them apart from the landscape. In the case of Alibaba, they have a corner on the Chinese market, as well as some really interesting features that involve videos and photos. Shopify, interestingly, their model is a bit different, but it's a set of flexible templates that allow for companies to build a responsive storefront and own all of the content and data, which is an answer to customers who feel that Amazon poaches competitive data and to compete against their customers within the platform. As far as Walmart and Flipkart, they're a bit more national, but they compete with massive single markets, making it difficult for Amazon to infiltrate those markets. LetGo, OfferUp, and Mercari are interesting indirect competitors in that they have great looking and easy to use interfaces for peer-to-peer selling of secondhand goods. They, along with eBay, struggle with fraudulent vending practices from untrustworthy vendors. Google and Priceline are really interesting influencers that we looked at because their interface is really simplified and immersive. It allows you to explore content fluidly and filter down to options that fit you best. Against the marketplace, Amazon actually does a really good job at a number of these different features. It really has a very immersive, image-rich environment, and each of the sections are clearly demarcated with a strong visual hierarchy, so it's easier to get around the different product. Interestingly, user research has validated that the Amazon button conveys a sense of trust and reliability to customers. Customers are prompted to sign in for a richer experience, but have the flexibility to shop anonymously. Some of the areas of improvement are that products and photographs don't necessarily align with how they look and feel in person. Arriving at a product requires a great deal of digging and primarily requires a lot of filtering. There's definitely theft and delivery management issues that are consistent with the e-commerce industry. The platform doesn't currently allow for any way for individuals to sell to other individuals through a P2P marketplace. And also, as noted with Shopify, retailers know that they don't necessarily own their data and that Amazon can be opportunistic when showing products on their platform. A couple features that I thought were interesting to point out are with eBay, in dealing with fraudulent vendors, they have a way to evaluate the trustworthiness of the vendors by showing the number of reviews as well as the percentage of positive feedback. In the case of Alibaba, all you have to do is take a picture using your phone, you plug it into their button, and it actually feeds out an image-based search or similar to the image that you took. And I think that this could really represent a big game changer within the e-commerce platforms. With Walmart, they do a great job at really pointing out the desirable features for users, in this case, that being next day delivery. Flipkart has a really interesting approach by using a verification badge that essentially indicates to the customer that that the product is coming from a trustworthy vendor and a trustworthy brand. With OfferUp, they've addressed the business complaint from business customers who say that it takes too long on many of these platforms to post a product onto the platform. With LetGo, they really changed the way that their site interfaces with the different categories by using specific tabs at the top that you can toggle through, and it makes for a much more immersive experience going between products and categories. And then in addition, they have an image-based search that and image-based posting where with a single click, you can post a product onto the system. With all the data that we collected, we ended up synthesizing them into epics and user stories from which to start thinking about possible features. Here are some of the most compelling stories that we believe hold the greatest potential for innovation. Give anonymous buyers the ability to search for products using photos on their phone. Create a feature where Amazon Prime members could provide feedback on search results so that the recommendations algorithm could learn. Support sellers of all experience levels who have variable development support in setting up a brand storefront. Depending on their resources, maybe they are able to do a fully hard-coded site, or they might want to use templates, or build out the entire experience using design services. You should be making it easier for sellers to visualize, share, and integrate data into executive presentations, and also develop a beta test for independent sellers to post small run and secondhand products on Amazon.com on a peer-to-peer basis. For next steps, we would start going into a prototype phase where we might work with a couple of the different solutions for testing. We would look at picture-based searches, a deliverable measuring kit that could be sent to customers, or maybe the customer could be sent for an in-store consultation, In addition, there could be a preferences landing page or survey to really hone in on what their preferences are. Maybe there's a way to introduce augmented reality so that customers have a way to virtually try on products or see how they look within their spaces. Also, we would be looking into possible peer-to-peer dedicated microsite that would be dedicated to individual sellers of secondhand and low production run items. And then from there, we would be building a testing schedule to validate concepts in the wild. Although this is a recorded presentation, questions are welcome, and please email me at goodwinjd@gmail.com. Thank you.